Hi Cancer, this is your reading for mid-June 2017. Just a reminder that this is a general reading and will not likely resonate with all of you out there. So I do encourage you to watch your moon and rising sign videos as well, just to get a better idea of what June has in store for you. This month I am using the Da Vinci Tarot by Mark McElroy and the Enchanted Oracle by Barbara Moore. Okay, Cancer, let's see what we have for June. The bottom of the deck, we have the Fool. So we're going to start off here with the Knave of Chalices. Being paired with the Queen of Chalices. Now, as some of you may or may not know, when I get two court cards, I usually pull a clarifier because court cards often represent people, and I also like to know the situation that it's involving. When I pulled the clarifier, we got the Queen of Wands, so another court card, and so I pulled another card, and we got the Empress, which is all great. So we'll get into that, but I just want to make note that with Gemini, I also got the Queen of Wands and the Empress together. Maybe it's you June birthday month people, I don't know. I did shuffle the cards before I started this video and I shuffled during, so there's not a good chance that this is going to happen, but it did, so you must have something in common with Gemini for the second 2 weeks of June. So as I said, we have the Knave of Chalices paired with the Queen of Chalices. Now, in general readings, you're not going to have, like, the Queen is not necessarily going to be a definitive woman. It could also represent a male. So regardless, this to me seems like there's going to be some emotional news or communication happening. And it may start prior to mid-month. It may be happening maybe the second week of June, where you may be getting some news that it's going to invoke some emotion. It doesn't have to be sad. It could be good. But I do feel as if this is very emotionally attached. But I think that you're trying to keep your emotions in check. You're trying to not let people know how this is affecting you. Like maybe you're getting some really good news, but you don't want to kind of let the cat out of the bag just yet. You want to kind of keep it to yourself or keep it with your partner so that the two of you can enjoy it together. And it could go the other way. If you're getting some news that might not be so great, you want to kind of mull it over, think about what to do about it before you start sharing it with people. The chalices does represent a water sign, which could very well be you. So the news may come from another water sign. It may also be some news that you are sharing. Now, the Queen of Wands was a clarifier, so I think that there's someone else that's going to come in, and I'll show you the card, the Queen of Wands, and maybe try to take over the situation and help you out with it. Maybe this is a parent or an older friend, someone that is older that has likely gone through the same situation or something similar, and so has some insight in how to help you out with this. It does feel like a parental figure, so could be mother or father, but it is someone older, someone that has your best interest at heart. Um, so they're probably stepping in to help out with this. Finally, we have the Empress here. And this feels like there's going to be some sort of definitive decision made. Maybe you are having to sell a house or sell something or let go of something that has some sentimental value to you, and you are trying to get the best price for it. Um, but it's something that you're not going to be able to go back on. So if this is something you're letting go of or entering into, if this is like you're putting an offer in on another house and you haven't put any conditions in the offer that you can back out, this is like a definitive thing. So I feel like you need to be really careful with whatever's happening, whatever news is coming in. I think that it's a good idea that you kind of keep it to yourself until you can figure out what to do with it, because if you rush into this, it might not end so well. We have the Lovers sitting here. And the Lovers is paired with the Nine of Pentacles. This feels more like, I really feel as if there's a lot of emotion for you these last 2 weeks of June. But like I said, it's probably starting earlier. So it's likely going to be about 3 weeks in June where there's a lot of emotion. This Lovers card for some of you actually might represent your partner. But in this case, I'm getting the stronger feeling that this has to do more with a choice, and it has to do with money. And I feel like there's an offer. Maybe that's what the news is. And it has to do with money. Maybe there's a job offer, or maybe someone is going to approach you and without your house being on the market and ask you if you'd consider selling it. But I feel like there's a choice to be made, and it's an opportunity to bring in more money. And I feel like this is happening at a very opportune time for you, because you are needing the money at this point. Finally, here we have the Eight of Wands. Paired with the Six of Cups. So again, more emotion here, and the Wands are very passionate. And in this case, I feel I mean, it's a good thing, but I feel like while you are taking care of things that are going on, there is also stuff coming in that you have to deal with. And I feel like it's going to be an overwhelming situation for you where you're having to deal with so many different things at a time. And you are definitely going to need help with this stuff. Don't be afraid to ask. And it's probably this Queen of Wands that's going to be stepping in to help in most areas. So probably a parent, whether your parent, your partner's parent, but they're going to help deal with, like I'm seeing a lot of, like a stack of paperwork, like one page at a time. You have to read through, like the bottom of each page or something, just saying that you've read it. But while you're doing this, which is very time consuming, you also have, um, maybe there's children that you need to look after. Maybe there is household chores or a job, or like I feel just like you're being inundated with things that have to be done. So it's okay to rely on this person that's here to help. So if you decide to go with this offer of money, be prepared for all the work that's going to go with it. Okay, I'm going to pull a few cards from the Enchanted Oracle for clarification, validation, and additional information. Okay, Cancer, 2017, June, mid-month. Okay, the first card that came up is the Night Queen. I feel like this is very representative of you. Cancer's planet is the moon, and you can see she has the full moon in the background. She has the moon tattooed on her shoulder. So I do feel as if this is very representative of you. And I feel like this is saying that the key to unlocking a lot of good in your life in all areas is coming in. You just have to be willing to take the risk. I feel like you're being guided in the right direction, and I think when offers come out of nowhere, you're definitely um, encouraged to think it over, look at all the aspects of it before jumping in. But in this case, I really feel like some good offer or good news is coming into you. And it might be something that's going to take some time to think about and consider, but this is the first step for you to going where you want to be in life. Next is the Shadow Weaver. And this really has to do with opposing views. There may be some struggle with if you're with someone and your partner maybe is playing devil's advocate or actually has the opposite opinion of what is right to do. I think that it's necessary for you to discuss this with each other and really make sure you're on the same page. The Night Queen, Shadow Weaver, both very things happen at nighttime in the dark. But again, Cancer, you're ruled by the moon, so that's the best time for you to think about the best move. Everything is about balance and compromise. That's the only way you're going to get through this. And of course, asking for the help from the Queen of Wands. Finally, we have the Silver Moon Fairy. Again, the moon. So I think these cards are very appropriate for you, Cancer. The Silver Moon Fairy, although she has wings, she is very grounded. And I think she's very secure in her decisions. She may also not be one to admit when she thinks she has made a mistake. So don't let that be you. Make sure that you are taking advice from other people. Make sure that you are discussing whatever this news is, this opportunity is. Talk it through so that if you start feeling remorseful about it, you have someone to talk to about it as well, instead of just jumping in, making a decision, and then 2 months down the road thinking, oh, why did I do that? I don't want to admit that I did something wrong. And so you keep it to yourself and you let it build up and build up. Now, with the Shadow Weaver, I keep getting something about life force, the duality, the balance. It has to do with your life force or a life force. Um, I'm not quite sure. Again, we have another moon card here, just for a clarifier, the maiden moon. I, I don't, something, this has something to do with making decisions at night. I don't know whether you're getting information through your dreams, whether you're a night owl and you do a lot of discussion at night, whether you have a journal that you write in at night. I just feel like the nighttime has a significant impact on whatever decision this is going to be. Um, if you're if this is something as simple as taking another job, I just feel like nighttime is the time for you to make an appropriate decision. Maybe it has to do with you taking a job that is a night shift. But I don't know. I Unless this was a private reading, this is very difficult here because it is so general. So all I can say is pay attention to your dreams, or make sure that you're having the important conversations in the evenings or at night. Make sure you take everything into consideration when this offer comes in and ask for help, because it is going to be a lot of work and there's going to be a lot of balancing for you to do. So, Cancer, I hope that this helped some of you. I know it was kind of erratic and all over the place. Um, so, if you would like a private reading, you can contact me at traveler with two L's 1230 at gmail.com. Otherwise, I hope you have a fantastic June, and I'll see you back here in a couple of weeks.